Today I am back with another movie review, but this time I am delving into an 80s horror classic that was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, and boy did I wish that I'd watched this movie sooner. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, a place where I delve into all things horror, old and new. And today I am taking a look at Sleepaway Camp, which was released in 1983. I think it's only fair to say now that there will be major spoilers in this review. This is one of those horror movies that has a big, massive, shocking twist right at the very end. So if you've not seen this movie and you don't want the ending ruined for you, stop this video right now, go watch Sleepaway Camp and then come back. If you don't mind spoilers, then stick around. Sleepaway Camp starts with a horrific accident involving a dad and his two young children, his son and his daughter, Peter and Angela, while they're out playing in the sea. Now, a group of teenagers accidentally crash their speedboat into this family, while the family are paddling around in the water, and even though we don't really physically see the damage and the injuries of these family members, you see the reactions of the other people who have witnessed this, of how horrific these scenes are. Fast forward 8 years later and we are introduced to Angela, who is obviously the young girl who survived the accident 8 years ago. However, her brother and her father didn't survive, and she has been living with her Aunt Martha and cousin Ricky ever since. Aunt Martha is a little bit eccentric, to say the very least, and to be honest, I found her super annoying. She fusses around when Angela and Ricky are off to summer camp, and yeah, she just point blank annoyed me. We then follow Ricky and Angela going to summer camp and following their journey. Angela comes across as this, very shy, timid, and a little bit weird to the rest of the kids and the teenagers at camp, but let's be honest, she did lose her family in a horrible accident, so give her a break, guys. The rest of this movie then turns into your average slasher, where characters right, left and center are being bumped off, characters who seem to upset Angela throughout the movie, and to be honest with you, most of the people who are killed actually deserve it. Some of these murders are made to look like an accident, but it's not long before some of the staff members at the summer camp realize that something isn't quite right, and they end up suspecting Angela's cousin Ricky, because Ricky keeps getting into fights throughout the movie, protecting Angela in certain situations, and he's also got, quite a filthy mouth when he gets going. So all suspicions are on Ricky, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I knew Ricky was going to be a little bit of a red herring in this movie, and the killer was not gonna be him, and it was actually going to be Angela. I wasn't wrong, was I? Because before that killer reveal right at the very end, I was thinking to myself, this movie is a little bit too predictable, but do you know what? It was set in the 80s, I'll forgive it. However, the biggest twist isn't the reveal of Angela being the killer, but it's revealed that Angela isn't really Angela at all. The real Angela was killed during that boat accident at the start of the movie. This fake Angela, who has been murdering everyone, is actually the younger brother, Peter. Peter actually survived the accident, not Angela. It turns out that when Peter was sent to live with his eccentric Aunt Martha didn't want to bring up another little boy because, she already had Ricky and her husband had left her. She wasn't going to get any more children and she really wanted a girl. So Aunt Martha turned Peter into a girl and called him or her Angela. And during the killer reveal, the workers at the campsite find a naked Angela standing up, fully naked. And what I mean by that is we see the full shabam. We see Angela with the male body genitalia, and she's growling and she's grunting like this crazy demonic thing. It's brilliant. I wasn't expecting this twist at the end, and it's really horrifying when the penny finally drops and you just like, whoa, what the hell has just happened? What did I just watch? I really had to get my head around with those final few moments, even with the full frontal nudity. I was like, what the hell? This is a really great little 80s slasher horror. The kills were really cool. I think one of the standout kills for me is when Angela rams a knife through the shower wall and into character Meg and literally slices the knife all the way up Meg's body. But Meg was a bit of a, well, she was a total bitch towards Angela in this movie, because earlier on in the movie, Meg picks up Angela and throws her fully clothed into the sea, and it just really wasn't very nice. So yeah, you know, you deserve that one. There is a super uncomfortable moment, because early on in the movie, there is one of these chef workers. His name is Artie. He is perverting on all of this, you know, the young girls arriving into camp. And I'm telling you what, some of these girls are underage, proper underage, and he makes some crude comments about them. And then later on, Artie takes Angela into the storeroom and starts to take off his belt to do you know what with her. Now luckily, Ricky manages to save Angela, and later, of course, Artie is killed when Angela pushes him onto this massive boiling hot urn. Once again, somebody who totally deserved it, you know, but it was quite unpleasant viewing during some of those scenes in the lead up. I think the only person who didn't really deserve to die, in my opinion, is Paul. Paul is someone who Angela falls for, and Paul really likes her, and they start this really like little cute relationship throughout the movie. And even though, you know, the bitch character Judy tries her very best to wreck it, you know, they have a really good time, you know, Angela and Paul. Now in those final few moments where it's revealed about Angela, we see Angela with a decapitated head, which is Paul's. Now, in the movie, we learn that Angela and Peter's dad was actually in a relationship with another man, and during a flashback scene to when Angela and Paul were super young, they both catch their dad with this other man in bed together, having some saucy time, implying that this may have messed up a young Peter who would then turn into Angela later on. Maybe when Angela and Paul were about to get steamy, it might have brought back some of those traumatic memories. Who knows? But poor Paul did not deserve to die. I loved seeing everyone's early 80s clothing styles at the summer camp. It was so refreshing to be taken down memory lane where there are no mobile phones, you know, none of this technology these days. The youngsters, they're all swimming or climbing or playing outdoor sports and games. It really did feel like I was stepping back in time watching this movie. I can now understand why this movie has this huge cult following out there. The movie was way ahead of its time with the pedophilia elements, the full frontal male nudity, and even the moment where these three much younger children who were killed while sleeping in their sleeping bag while camping towards the end of the movie. Some of those things we don't even see in horror movies today, or if we did, then they would be heavily edited and cut out. This is why I do like finding a classic 80s horror like this one. The movie is 41 years old, and for me, watching this for the first time in 2024 actually had moments that shocked me, and I can only imagine how shocking this movie was way back in 1983. I really enjoyed this movie. It is definitely worth a watch, and I will most definitely be seeing if I can get myself, you know, a Blu-ray copy of this to add to my Blu-ray collection. I am going to rate Sleepaway Camp an 8 out of 10. I do believe there are sequels to this movie. I have no idea if they are any good, but I am going to try Sleepaway Camp 2 just to see if there's anything more to this story and if it's worth watching. But what I want now is to hear all of your thoughts. What do you guys think of Sleepaway Camp? How old were you when you first watched this movie, and what was your reaction to that shocking ending? And if you were old enough to watch this in 1983, please let me know what the reaction was around the world back then. Okay then guys, thank you all for watching today's video. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all again very soon.